Hi, how are you all doing? So as you know, we do have this full moon in Aries, which is today, the 29th, and we do have the effects of this for 3 days after the full moon, as well as 3 days before the full moon. So this morning I actually just pulled some cards, mainly for myself, just in relation to this full moon in Aries. But with the cards that I actually pulled, I felt that it was very important that I actually did this video for the collective. So going into what the full moon in Aries is all about. So in this card we have here, with the full moon in Aries, it says cool your emotions. So as we know, Aries is a fire sign, and emotions can be quite heightened in this full moon. And this card, again, is a fiery climax approaches. So let's have a look and see how we can expand on the meanings of these cards and what they actually mean for you as an individual and also for the collective. So with the fiery climax approaches, we've got, it's time to see if you've been a little bit too much me. There's a tug of war going on between what you want and what someone else wants, but you'll have to wait a little while to see what's going to happen next. As you wait, ask yourself if you've been handling the situation as sensitively as you could have done. If you know deep down that you've been a little rash or harsh, gone too fast or overstepped the mark, then accept that on some level you've created this situation yourself, which means you can create your way out of it too. This card comes up when a peak is coming, and it could be fiery. So be kind, be nice, smile, and be polite as you navigate to where you want to be. So the additional meanings for the card are saying being assertive is good, but just don't ride roughshod over anyone. And if you're in a tense situation, meditate your way to peace, and you need to have more fun. So the teaching for this card is that the full moon in Aries is a super fiery time when emotions can run very high. On the upside, there's excitement about what may lie ahead, but tempers are likely to flare with rash comments or decisions. No matter when this card is pulled, it signals that the situation has just or is about to come to a peak, perhaps in a rather heated way. There could be a price to pay if you have been too competitive or too blunt. And to add to that, with the cool your emotions, this is saying to you, are you in the middle of an argument, or perhaps in the mood to pick an argument? Or are you being overly forward? This is a time of heated emotions and frayed tempers. Anger is better than despair because anger spurs us on to do something, but you may get better results if you master your emotions. Certainly avoid stirring the pot, or it could boil over. Cooling your emotions and being the peacemaker means you'll attract a more peaceful outcome. So seek a balance between you, and me. So it's asking us to find a compromise, something that works for both, for you and for me. Putting that in context, obviously. So there's no point in pretending that you don't have intense feelings, as this blocks your manifesting powers. You need to work through your feelings by thinking of the people involved or forgiving yourself. So a good manifesting affirmation is, out of this only good will come. So you need to transmute anger into healthy anger, if you like, and even love, including dramas with yourself and dramas with others. So we really need to pay attention at this time to make sure that we aren't coming from a place of anger, a place of fear, which is then causing our emotions to run riot, and that we are not seeing things clearly. When we take a step back, we can then see things more clearly. We have more clarity. So with Cool Your Emotions, it's about just taking that step back, take a breath, and see how you can move forward with a more peaceful and calm way, rather than inflaming a situation. Now, the next card I did pull was the Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? So this card is saying to us that, again, we need to think about how we can best look after ourselves, how we can best protect ourselves, how we can nurture ourselves. This is about telling us that we need to learn to love ourselves and to not sabotage, not self-sabotage, that we need to come from a place of love for ourselves and a place of love for those around us. And by nurturing yourself and being in a state of calm and peace and avoiding heightened emotions, that will help us to stay in a more clear vision of what we want for ourselves and what we want for those around us. So think about ways that you can mother and nurture yourself. What can you do where you are giving yourself self-love? Is this perhaps sitting and reading a book for an hour, taking some time out, doing a meditation, going for a massage? What is it that you can do where you will feel nurtured for yourself, where you can nurture yourself and give back to you, where you can fill your cup? Because when you fill your cup with love, calm, peace, you are then more able to provide those things for other people. So you may then actually be able to calm certain situations that may arise around you. So when you're coming from a place of love, self-love and nurturing, you can then help other people who are struggling at this time to also come from or feel and find that clarity, that peace and that self-love. Now the next card I pulled was actually happiness. So I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. So again, that ties in really well with this nurturing yourself, making sure that you are love, that you love yourself, that you are happy in your world, that you are happy with how you present yourself, how you are bringing happiness into your life. When you have happiness in your life, again, it's that whole topping yourself up first. When you are happy, you can then help other people find happiness in their lives. You may be the conduit that's needed to help someone else find the happiness in their life. You may need to point out to them that different things in their life which they totally do not see because they're clouded by emotions, that they don't have the clarity to see that other things that are going on in their life can bring them happiness. So I will just see how I can expand on that happiness for you. So it says, the easiest way to chart your path is to follow your bliss. Life is full of choices and opportunities. Spirit, in its infinite wisdom, has given you the emotion of happiness to guide you. The signposts are always there, but you have to acknowledge them and have the courage to follow them. So, when you see this card, do you feel that you are living a life of happiness? In what areas is it lacking? It may be time to be truthful with your soul self. Listen to its language and intuit if there is someone or a scenario holding you back from experiencing complete happiness. Even though it may be painful to admit, you need to be completely truthful. Be mindful of how happiness will affect every aspect of your life on your path. Also, intuit if there is someone else in your life who needs to be brought into the awareness of happiness. This is important to recognise as well. Others will want to learn from you, and whether you admit it or not, you can be their teacher. When you are filled with love and compassion, not only do you bring happiness into your life, but you lead others by example. So be the light. So then I asked for some advice, some extra messages, and the first one I've got was wisdom. Everything has a place and purpose. To be wise is to have great love, tolerance and compassion for all things, which ties in beautifully with these other cards. Then I got Archangel Uriel. Now these cards actually jumped out. So Archangel Uriel is saying a great spiritual transformation is currently occurring both in your life and in our world. This is the union of heaven and earth, spirit and matter. Heart and mind unite in harmonious balance. Again, a beautiful card that ties in with those others. And then the third one was a message from Archangel Sandalphon. I have heard your call for help. Your prayer will soon be answered. Okay, so that was the reading that I thought I should share with you all. I do hope that you have a smooth sailing through this full moon in Aries. I know the energies are really high at the moment. I myself have been feeling it. Hence the shortage of videos posted this week. But hopefully we can move on from that after this full moon. Hopefully the eclipses that are coming up in October won't have too much of an impact, but we'll wait and see on that. So until next time, I do really appreciate you listening to this video. I also would love for you to share the video. Please hit that thumbs up and like the video. And if you aren't already, then please subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does help me. It helps my channel to grow, and it really makes it all worthwhile when I do see the channel growing and the subscriber numbers going up. So until next time, again, thank you for listening.